Good morning, my friends. Happy Thursday. Anyways, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Tabs. I am the maker and creator behind Safari Stitches, and today is kind of a little bit of a mix-up, mashup type of video. A little bit of catch-up, some custom orders, and I got picked for another pattern test for Kinder Knots. I'm so excited. Brittany's patterns are some of my favorites right now. You guys saw a few videos ago, I pattern tested her Eleanor elephant, and I love it so much. I've also bought all of the other patterns in the Safari pack. Her newest patterns are Spritz and Sprite the Ghost, so it's my first Halloween make of the year, and it's July 17th. So I'm really excited. I love pattern testing, and I'm really excited that I got picked for this one because I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh. It's like, I need it. I need it in my life. So the first thing I really wanted to show you guys was this custom order. So you guys know that one of my best sellers right now is the custom loaf cat orders. I sell so many of those every week. I feel like I'm constantly making them. Last week, we lost a family dog. As in they passed over the Rainbow Bridge, and it was very sad. So I got very behind on my custom orders, and that's literally all I've been working on this week. And I know you guys are sick of seeing the custom loaf cat orders, so I'm sparing you from some of them. But this one I had to share because she messaged me and I was like, oh, this is interesting. It's not after, literally every single cat I've made has been after somebody's pet. Like a real life existing cat that somebody owns as a pet or family member. I've only made one, I think, that she just picked a picture in my listing and was like, can you remake that one? I would like that one. And I was like, okay, sure. I think that's only happened one time. So this one, when she reached out, I was like, oh, this will be so fun, so different. I'm excited. And I'm laughing. I'll explain why I'm laughing here in a second because it's very funny. I think it came out really cute, but the idea behind it was moss. So I got some fluffy yarn, and this is the fluffy yarn by the brand. I don't know how you say it. Keche. It's Keche. And it was actually, I don't like working with furry yarn. It's awful. But this wasn't too bad. It wasn't terrible. But I did dark spots on the front in the Keche yarn, and then the tail at the end. The tail looks like something you would buy from a street pharmacy, if you catch my drift. So it makes me giggle, but I kind of love it. I love it. It's cute. I'm kind of tempted to get some black and white fluffy yarn from the same brand and make some black and white cats with the fluffy yarn. The ears were a nightmare. I can't even lie to you. The ears were terrible to make. It was so hard to find the back loop of the stitches to put the ears. Anyways, it came out cute. I'm actually I quite love it. I'm not going to lie. So I was about to package it up and I was like, you know what? I need to share this with my YouTube friends because it's different. It's different from what I've done. So I'm going to get that packaged up really quick because I got to the post office today. The next thing that I really want to tackle, something that I've been really putting off, and I'm about to drop my car off to get fixed today. So I'm not going to have a car for a week. And since I'm going to be stuck at my house, I figured this is a great time to work on my products and inventory and my website. So today, what I really want to do is get all my photos uploaded for all of my items, go through all my inventory boxes, count, and just make sure everything on my website is good to go. I want to get weights of everything because I'm really bad about guessing the weight. And I do have a pretty good gauge. I know this guy is about 11 ounces because I've shipped enough of these to know that they weigh 10 to 11 ounces when boxed up. So like some of them I kind of have a good idea, but a lot of times I can be quite off. So today's goal is to basically, I'm going to grab boxes of inventory, bring it in here. We're going to count the inventory. We're going to get on Shopify. We're going to update everything in the background. And then something else that's kind of fun that I'm excited about trying is setting up a barcode system. Shopify, you can have a scanner thingy, and at markets, instead of sitting here and typing an elephant and letting it populate, I can just scan the barcode and it automatically adds it to the cart, which would be so much easier. So my plan today is to or at least this weekend, is to tackle that as well. That's going to be probably a pretty big time commitment for me, but hopefully we can get it done. I would like to get it done by Sunday. We'll find out. But yeah, so that's kind of my plan for this video, is just to kind of do some admin background stuff, and we're going to set up barcode systems together. I've never done it before, so it's going to be a learning curve, and I'm excited. So I hope you guys are ready. Good morning, friends. Happy Friday. Thank gosh, it's Friday. It's been a week. So yesterday I didn't film a whole lot of what I was doing because it was just a lot of admin background work on my website and just me sitting here on my computer typing away. Boring. But I went through a good portion of my inventory. One of my hairs is like floating in front of my face. I went through a good portion of my inventory, and everything that I've gone through is now live on the website. So if you'd like to go see, I know a lot of people ask pricing questions, and maybe you want to see what I've recently uploaded. I'm planning on having a space on my website for recent uploads versus like what's been there for a while. So if you're ever curious throughout like the week what I'm making, or I don't know, or if you ever want to see what I'm pricing my items at, you can go to my website now and you can see those items and what they're priced at. I'm excited. It's been a long time coming. It's one of the things that was on my 2025 goals list, was to really just hone in on my website, get that up and running properly, so that I can start directing people there online versus my Etsy for finished products. And then I don't know what my schedule for this is going to look like, but I really want to do website drops and basically do like every 2 weeks, maybe once a month, every 3. I don't know. I don't know what the frequency is going to look like, but I want to do finished item drops on my website. I don't know how well they'll even do, but I've got to get them uploaded anyways to my website for markets and such. So I figured, why not just go ahead and do that kind of stuff. That way I can sit here, grind and make stuff for 2 weeks, and then photograph everything in one sitting, and then tag everything in one sitting, and then get everything uploaded to Shopify. But also doing this process is helping me update my Etsy listings as well. So I took brand new photos of almost everything. I actually, as I was counting things yesterday, I found almost an entire box full of items that I don't have photographs for anywhere. So that was also kind of good, because as at like an example would be my Deladucks, like my big Deladucks, I only have pictures of the mallard version. I don't have a picture of the white version, which the white one I'm sold out of anyways, but I found a yellow one in my inventory box that wasn't photographed. So it was really helpful for me to kind of see like, okay, I have photos to attach to all of these different colorway options. Which ones do I not? And then I set those aside. The ones that I don't have pictures for, I have not made those listings live on Shopify yet, because I'm trying to keep track of the ones that I've done and the ones that I haven't done. And that in my brain, that is just what makes sense. So I did that yesterday. I got through quite a lot. I did get a few of my newer items that I've made recently tagged and ready to go into inventory as well for my markets, which is really nice. So I did a lot of background work, and it was just not like entertaining. So I didn't film. But now is the time to start working out how I want to do my barcode systems. What my plan is for this. And I made my tags like this on purpose. Now, I've kind of inconvenienced myself a little bit, but it looks like I'm going to be able to rectify this problem. But I write, so these are my business cards that I use. Let me grab a blank one. Okay, so I get my business cards made through Vistaprint. There may be a cheaper option out there. I love Vistaprint. I've been using them for years. So this is just like my choice of manufacturer for my business cards. So they are like 2x2 or 2.5x2. I'm not quite sure the size, but they're one of the smaller sizes. On the front, I have just like a really simple design and a QR code, and that QR code goes to all of my sites. So it's got my website, my Etsy, my socials, my Amazon storefront. I think it goes to it has just a link to all of that stuff. And then obviously logo on the bottom. And then on the back, it's got a really big blank space. And then for people that don't want to scan a QR code or don't have the ability to, literally all my information is also typed out on the back. So what I do is I hole punch these and I write the price on, and then I tag all of my plushies with it. Example, the reason I designed the backs like this was because I knew eventually I wanted to go to a QR system, or a SKU system, and create barcodes for all of my items. So just to show you some of the background, let me pull up Shopify POS on my phone really quick. So there's 2 apps for Shopify in case you don't use Shopify. There's just like the regular Shopify. It's a green icon, and that is your website. That's where you manage your inventory, you upload things, like all that kind of stuff. The blue Shopify app icon is the POS system. So that connects to the green app. I mean, it connects, you don't have to have the green app on your phone if you don't want to, but it connects to your Shopify store, and it pulls all your inventory into the POS system. And then that is where you ring people up. So this is what the background, this is what the background looks like. Ignore the error message at the top. It's telling me my card reader is not connected, which is true because it's turned off. So at the very top, you can see there's a search bar, and you can type in your item. So if I come in here, and type in leggy. Oh, my leggy frogs aren't live. Let me pick one that's live. Hold on. So I searched for the mini mons. That comes up. You tap it, and then it brings up all of the different SKUs. You tap it again, and it adds one to your cart. So obviously that's fine. If that's how you want to do it, it's totally fine. It's definitely workable. However, if you look on the far side right here, there is a little scanner, and you can open that. And it's a barcode reader. So you can put your barcode and scan it, and it should, in theory, automatically pull up the item and add it to the cart like it would if you were at Target going through self-checkout and you scan it and it just whatever. So that is what I'm working on today. I have a lot of really, really large markets coming up, and they tend to be very busy markets, like high traffic, high volume, lots of sales. If you watch some of my holiday markets from last year, you know my best market was in December of last year. I did almost $2,000 in sales, and it was crazy, hectic, and it was really hard for me to keep up because I only the way Shopify works, like my fiance knows how to work Shopify. So if I leave the booth, she can scan things and ring them up for me and make the sale. However, if we're both there and we both want to help customers, I don't pay for a subscription that allows two people to operate the POS system at the same time. So she has to use my phone. Not to mention, I have seen a lot of stories where if you only have one card reader, and I've had this issue with her before because we have had to use her phone before to ring things up. So we connect the card reader to her phone. And then if you don't go back and disconnect and forget the device on the other phone, when you go to connect it on your phone, it won't recognize it. We had this issue at my last market. It took us almost half an hour to figure out what was wrong, and that was the issue. So something to keep in mind. So I just figured having a barcode system would make it a lot easier to manage my inventory. The only downfall to that is I am going to have to go back through. I mean, I don't actually know the process. I'm hoping what I can do is just import my items and then it generates barcodes. I'm not sure how it works. I've never done this before, so we're going to learn together. The app that I'm using, I did a little bit of research before starting this video because I didn't want to come on here completely clueless, but I am using a Shopify app. It's called Yanit Retail Barcode Labels is the app. They have a free, like there's a certain number, you can get 200 labels for free, which I am pretty sure I have 200 variations. I'm not sure. I may not quite have 200, but with all the color options that I have, I feel like I'm probably getting close. And as we get closer to my markets, I may exceed that, but you get 200 labels for free that you can generate. So we're going to go on this adventure together, and then we're going to print some barcode labels. And that leads me to the sponsor of today's video, Betckey. So Betckey is a company that creates thermal label printers and labels. I have been a long time proponent of using a thermal printer for pretty much anything you could possibly use it for, because there's no cost of ink, which if you have a regular printer, you know how expensive printer ink is. I've found a printer that doesn't use as much ink, but every single shipping label, all my stickers, everything goes through a thermal printer. So when Betckey reached out to me and said, hey, we have this thermal printer, we would love to send it to you to try out, I was really excited. I looked at the specs. You guys, this printer makes labels as small as 1 inch, which is like, I don't even think my Rollo printer will print that small. So I'm actually really excited, and I figured this was the perfect video to break out the printer because I'm about to print barcode stickers and I need and want to use a thermal printer for that. So we're going to open this and dive right in. Ooh, okay, this is a label stand, which I love. I don't have a label stand. And I will tell you right now that having labels stacked everywhere is not exactly the most convenient thing. So that's really exciting. I'm going to put this together really quick. Here is the thermal printer. It's white and it's very sleek. So this is their label brand. It's iLabel by Betckey. I like that it's very small and compact. I like it. And there's what it looks like. This is really nice. I actually really like this, and it fits in with my office decor, so that's really nice. So I am going to get this guy plugged in, and then we're going to design the labels. It is Bluetooth, but it doesn't have Bluetooth capabilities to a Mac laptop, like an Apple laptop. That was the only thing, but you can Bluetooth from your phone. I am going to Bluetooth from my computer, things like that. So, and then obviously the charging cable. I'm going to clean up some of these boxes, and then we will go over here to my computer and get the barcode set up. I don't know where I'm going to set up this printer at the current moment. I'm actually thinking over on the table where my Cricut is right now is going to be the best spot for this at the moment until I can figure out a better way to store all of this. So let's go do that really quick, and then we're going to go to the computer and we're going to get started. Okay, so there she is in all her glory. We've printed test pages and she's working fantastic. I just wanted to show you guys the website really quick because they offer more than just the thermal printers. So they have, their website is very straightforward. If you go to their website, it's at betckey.com. I'll pop it up on the screen. Obviously, you can kind of see that it's scrolling through some of the options here. They have printer labels that are compatible with Brother, DYMO, and Zebra, which is really exciting. You can shop by use, you could shop by scene, sticker paper, they sell poly bags, and they have wholesale. They've obviously got a wide variety of sizes, but they have bulk discounts, you can do wholesale. If you subscribe to get monthly shipments, you can save up to 5% on every delivery, which is really exciting. So you never have to worry about running out of labels. It was extremely easy to download the driver and get it set up to print. So you just go to the website that's listed in their manual and you download the driver printer, and you can pick which driver you want. I decided to connect directly to the printer. So I downloaded the USB port driver, but they do have Bluetooth for Windows. Obviously you could print from your phone. I'm actually in the process of downloading their app. So the app that comes with this label printer is called Label Expert. It's preloaded with a ton of different size labels, so you can kind of choose what you want. Those are the rectangle ones. They also offer circles, so if you want to make circle stickers for your packaging or anything like that, you can do that as well. They have a ton of different options. I am really, really excited to start working on getting some of these stickers and labels. I want to make some new packaging stickers, and since I have those really nice little square stickers, I'm thinking those would be really nice for packaging. So I'm excited to play around with it, but for right now, we are going to jump over to my Shopify, and we're going to create our first barcode, and then I need to get the barcode stickers installed to the printer, and I'll show you guys the process for that too really quick, and then we will get going. Okay, so here is my roll of labels. It's 1 1/8 by 3.5 inches. It has both sizes on there, which is really nice. So to change it out, I'm just going to tear that off really quick because that's trash. There's an open button on the side. Push the open button, open the printer, and then obviously this is going to come out. It's got this little bar. Take that, insert it into the center of your new label roll. That, you can close the machine, and then there's guides on the back that you have to pinch to the correct size. So I am going to get that around the sticker appropriately, and then as you feed it in, it will automatically read the size of the paper and It's installed and ready to go. Super easy, super quick. I'm very excited. So let's attempt to make our first barcode sticker. The life of a vlogger, truly. I just recorded me setting up a template in this barcode labels thing, and my mic was turned off. So let me get set back up again, and I'm going to delete the template, and we're going to go back through it again. And okay, the life of a vlogger, truly. Okay, I'm really hoping that you're going to be able to see what's happening here. Maybe that'll be better. So I went through the process of the first step is to set up the barcode format and printing. And I have already done that. It's not marking that as done. Okay. Next is going to be creating a label template. So my template name, I'm just going to do, oops, sorry, I bumped you. Product barcode. I'm not going to put in a description or a note because I don't really need that. Under the paper brand, they actually list Betckey as an option. We're going to choose Betckey. And the paper model, it's 1.1 by 3.5. Even though this image doesn't look correct, I'm almost positive because it says side by side and not like stacked on top of itself. So I think this is correct. We're going to try it. I'm not going to mess with any of the label settings for a minute. They have options here. So you could do a simple design, which you can kind of see. This is the orientation that my sticker is. So this is actually perfect. So that is what it's going to print out like right there. I want the first line to have the SKU number. The second line is the name of the item, which is great, but I think I want to put so it's got the name, and I wanted to have the price as well. I might actually take the name off. The default currency is set to $, so that's good. I don't want to have the vendor on there because it doesn't really make that much of a difference. This is the barcode. There's that. Hiding that takes away the UPC number. I don't really mind if that's on there. There's that. And then test print. Moment of truth. Wow. That was so fast. There it is. There's my barcode. So I am going to hit save on that. And now it's created a template for my barcodes. So now we need to go to generate and print. I only want to generate a barcode for selected products or variants that don't have a barcode value yet. And then this next option is to choose. I think I'm going to start with the dragons first because I have 5 variants of dragons, and that's what we're just going to do. So we're going to go here. We're going to type in dragon. We're going to do all 5 so they're all checked. We're going to add. So I'm printing 5 labels. Print labels. Wow. We can do the squids. Let's do the squids next. 1 product selected. All of them are there. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total. We're going to generate the labels. And that's it. And this one actually does have a SKU number. So this is going to look a little bit different from the first one that we did. Did that work? Print labels. Oh, oops. Product barcode. Okay. Now print labels. Squid, purple, squid, purple. Wow. Okay. I'm sold. This is fantastic. All right. You ready? This is going to just turn you a little bit. And meow. Oh my God, that's brilliant. I'm so excited, you guys. I cannot wait. So now I can tell which one goes to which because it has the color on it. Okay, so the next step is to take the barcode and put it on my, sorry. So they are longer than my things are wide. So what I'm going to do is I did cut off enough on either side so that I can actually center it very, very well. And then for now, I'm just going to fold the edges over. Oh my gosh. This is everything that I imagined it would be. So I guess the moment of truth now is going to be this hole punch really quick so that can go on this guy, is to scan it and see if it works. The only thing that I do want to do really quick is I want to go to my products and I want to look for the squids and see if it added the barcode number. It did. It automatically did it. Moment of truth. Let me pull up my Shopify. All right, we've got the scanner here. You guys. I am shook right now that I figured this out. I'm so excited. Oh, this is going to make my life so much easier. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then you guys know that I have a bunch of smaller items like the mini muns, my leggy frogs, possums, mushy boys, all of those smaller, like tiny items. They don't get a tag attached to them. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to create a sheet, a laminated sheet that I will keep behind the booth. So if somebody wants a possum, I can just find that code on the sheet, scan it with my phone, and I don't have to label all of them. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is literally a game changer. And it's free up to 200 labels. So I think my next order of business is I am going to get labels made, I think, for all of the items that I have updated to be live on the website, and just get the UPCs and all of that uploaded. Okay, unfortunately, my little mic dongle that plugs into my camera died, so you're gonna have to deal with poor quality audio for however long this clip takes while that charges. But I finished the barcodes, you guys. I finished it. It didn't take nearly as long as I thought it was going to. It generated the labels so quickly. The only thing is it wasn't generating the SKU numbers like it was supposed to. So I think I've got a setting somewhere, or I need to click a different method of generating the barcodes. So I've got to figure that out. But overall, I am extremely happy. I feel like it looks super professional. It's got the price, the item name, and the colorway, and then the UPC code that comes with the barcode, and that is automatically updated to the product item in my Shopify. I think doing the barcodes is going to make my inventory management so much easier. Markets are going to be a lot less stressful because I'm not having to sit there and type in the name of each item. And some of my items have, like, I've used like Bitty Cookie the cow. I call it the Bitty Cow Snuggler in my shop, but my fiance may not know that, so she's looking for a cow snuggler and might select the wrong cow snuggler by mistake. And now all you have to do is scan the barcode and it puts the exact item in there. I don't have to search for it anymore. So anything that's going to make my life easier, I am 100% behind. All right, so take this off. Now that I have gotten my barcodes worked out, I also just want to say it literally took hardly any time at all. It was so incredibly fast. Maybe like an hour to print 54 labels and get them on all of my tagged plushies, which is like super fast. It took me a lot less time than I thought it was going to, honestly. The printer printed everything so quickly. It obviously connects really well with my computer. So the next thing that I really wanted to kind of work on was making some custom sticker labels. So one of the things I think I mentioned already is I want to create a scan sheet for some of my smaller items, like my possums, my hatching chicks, my mini loaf cats, my leggy frogs, my chickens, etc., etc. And all of those items have little chalkboard signs on my table that have the price listed for those items. And I obviously will not have a barcode attached to each plushie to scan. So my next little mini side project is going to be creating a scan sheet. And what I really want to do is I'm literally just going to laminate a couple of sheets of paper, and then I'm going to have stickers on each side, and have a sticker that has the name of the item and the color, and then the next sticker next to it will have the barcode. That's going to be my next project, is getting that done. So this is when I'm going to use their app to create the custom sticker labels. Okay, so this is the app. It's called Label Expert. It just downloaded from, they have a little QR code on their scan sheet that I use to download the app. In the top right corner, I've already done it, but there's a little printer icon, and you can search for the printer. If you're sitting right next to it, it was at the top of my list for me. It was like 0.9 meters away from me. So I've got that connected now, so that I can print to it. So now we're going to create a new label, and this little window pops up that asks you what size, and I'm just going to change the name, item name, and then we're going to change the size, rectangle. So we're going to go to custom, and the beauty of the labels that I have is the size is literally listed on the back of the sticker backing in both millimeters and in inches. So we're just going to use that. So this is going to be, again, I'm going to change this to item, spell it correctly, item name. It's going to be a rectangle sticker. The label width in inches is 3.5 inches. So we're going to go down. Okay, I can type in. That's good. 3.5 inches. And the height is 1.18. I don't really know what, I think it's 1.1 actually. 1 column, no background. So that has now created the size of my label right at the top, and that's the same shape that I'm going for. So I know that that's correct, and I didn't put in the size like flipped. So we're going to create that, and you come to the editing screen. So I just want to do a simple label with text. Double click it, and we're going to just do, let's do possum. So you can pick your, they have preloaded system fonts. So you can kind of come through here, and here is all the fonts that you can use for your sticker labels. I just want something super simple and easy to read. So I actually quite like this right here. It's nice and bold and thick. And then I'm going to zoom out a little bit. And I'm just going to kind of make that a little bit longer. And then we are going to increase the size until it is taking up the majority of the sticker. I just want something super duper simple that is going to be really easy to edit and recreate, and I can save it and remake it whenever I want to. So, and then as I was showing you guys earlier, I can add a barcode through their app. I'm just using the built-in barcode builder from Shopify just because I want it to automatically populate everything. But that is an option through here. You can also create your own QR codes, which I know as creators that do events and stuff in person, you can set up your QR code. So it's really easy for people to scan the QR code, find your Instagram or find your website, or maybe leave a review, or you could set it up to go to a landing page so you can capture emails while you're at your market, things like that. There's a lot of different ways that you can do it, or that you can use the QR code. But obviously I'm just doing text. So I'm going to hit save because I want this to save so I can reuse it later. We're going to print. And then it comes up with the printer parameter settings. I don't want to modify any of this. I don't like, this is fine. So right now, this screen is the preview. This is what it's going to look like when it prints. And the way that my label roll is set up, it's actually like longer as it is, like the height is the long side. So I'm actually going to rotate it 90 degrees so that it looks like this. And that way, this is the way that it feeds into my machine. So I want to make sure that it's like that. Otherwise, it's going to print the opposite way across the middle of it, and it's obviously not going to be correct. So we are going to hit print, and it's done already. So there you have it. So if we go back now, let's do Mushy Boy, because that's another one. And then we're going to print. And again, I need it to rotate so that it feeds into my machine correctly. So let me hit print. And there's another sticker. Super quick, super fast. And then once I get all of these sticker labels printed, I will create the barcodes and I can get those printed. And then that's another little project done. Super easy. Anyways, I am so excited to start using this. I am going to get some of the circle labels and definitely some of the 1-inch labels. And I'm going to be making all my packaging because I really, this year, I know I've talked about wanting to like really focus on the online aspect of my business. And that is going to be a big part of hopefully my growth eventually. And then I also have some really fun ideas for the future. I want to do some, I want to do stitch markers. Like I have ideas for making stitch markers. I want to make safety eyes. I want to do a learn to crochet, like a crochet kit for the holiday season. And I just know that all of these labels are going to come in so much handy. And the fact that I can make custom labels through their app and just automatically send it over to the printer is just, it's going to be a game changer. So I'm really, really excited. And guess what? Of course, I was able to get you guys a little bit of a discount code if you are interested. So the printer itself is $80. It's a little bit of an investment, but I tell you, I have been using thermal printers for years. I don't print hardly anything anymore on my regular printer except for the occasional shipping label that I can't change the size to a 4x6. Literally all my shipping labels go to a thermal printer. All of my labels are going to a thermal printer. All of my packaging stickers, thermal printer. Like, it's just so much easier. You can print your packing slips as well. So if you are an online business and you sell a ton of things online, you can print packing slips to them, and it's just super easy. It doesn't use any ink. Labels are super, super, super affordable, and this discount code will actually also get you labels too. It works on all of the Betckey iLabel products. So if you would like to give Betckey iLabel printer a try for yourself, you can go to their website and you can use the discount code SFS12, and it will give you 12% off of your purchase, which is super exciting. I will also include the link to their website below in the description so you can find it easily. Just make sure you use the code to get your discount. I'm so grateful to Betckey and for sending me their printer. I love it so much. I'm definitely going to be using it a lot more. I'm probably going to spend the rest of the day making all of these labels and barcodes with it so I can get some things knocked off of my to-do list that I've been putting off for a while. Thank you again so much, Betckey, for sponsoring today's video. I'm super, super excited and grateful. And again, don't forget, if you would like to try the Betckey iLabel thermal printer, make sure you use the code SFS12. I'll pop it up on the screen. And again, all of the links and information will be in the description below. Make sure to check it out. Okay, so now for just a little bit of an update. I'm going to move you back really quick so I have a little bit of space. I finished my pattern test for Brittany at the Kinder Knots. I'm so excited. It's so stinking cute. I haven't had time to make a second one yet because it's just been a little bit crazy. I think I've mentioned we've been purging and cleaning out the house, and this weekend was the garage. And if you've ever cleaned out a garage, you can probably feel my pain. My body is sore, you guys, and it's so hot out right now. We did it in the heat of the day yesterday because we just wanted to knock it out and get it done. It's basically done, which is really exciting. But I finished the pattern test. This is me, because you gotta get the full effect here. Hold on. This pattern comes out on the 24th, so by the time this video goes out, the pattern is not available yet, but I will link Brittany's Instagram in the description below, and I will link her Etsy shop as well. That way you can go find it if you happen to see this on the 24th when the pattern is live. I will also be making a post about it when it goes up on Instagram. So this is a good opportunity. If you're not already following me, make sure you go follow me over on Instagram. We did go past 1,000 followers. I am working on pulling together some fun little giveaway goodies for a 1,000 follower giveaway over on Instagram. So don't want to miss out on that. Go check it out. Hopefully I will be posting that this week. But anyways, I digress. Oh, you got a little sneak peek. Look at the little girl. This is Spritz, the ghost. Look how cute she is. She's absolutely adorable with her little skirts and her little legs. And would you guys believe me if I told you that this is no sew? No sew. What? It's no sew. And it's adorable. And it's a spooky pattern. This is my first spooky make of the year. She has this adorable little headband included in the pattern. She also shows you how to make the smile on the face. And she's just absolutely the cutest little ghosty ever. So there's another one, Sprite. I haven't made that one yet, but it is on my to-do list to make it in the next like week or so. So there's that little update. She's so cute. And I went with purple and orange as kind of like a girly spooky color palette, and then like a really nice little burnt pumpkin headband. I'm obsessed. I love her. Now, the other thing that I have been working on over the last probably 2 days since Friday. Yeah, today's Sunday. I was influenced again. If you haven't really noticed, I'm very easily influenced by what I see. And I've been working on Trunks the Turtle thanks to Christine at What's Up Cupcake. She suggested Trunks the Turtle, and I didn't have any at my last market, and I've really been wanting to restock them. So I've got this colorway. This is Burnett Mystical. I've got this colorway. I don't have a clue what this is. It was just in my stash, and I just really liked the shade of green. And then I've also got this colorway. It's just like I haven't made all of the shells yet, obviously. I've only got those 2 shells finished, but a nice sage green. And then I've got this colorway as well. And if you are unfamiliar with Trunks the Turtle, this is a free pattern over on Instagram. Of course, this pattern will be linked in the description if you would like to make it. But if you are unfamiliar with it, I'm going to show you something really fun that I absolutely love showing off at my markets. I get really excited because people will pick them up and not always realize what they are. And I'm like, hey, the shell is a backpack and you can take it off. And they're like, oh my God, really? And I was like, yeah. And if you do that, he has a little surprise. He got a little bit of junk in the trunk. I have made a total of 10. So many butts. So many butts. Per usual, I'm working on more loaf cats. I actually only have 5 open loaf cat orders right now, which is super low compared to what it usually is. But I know at the beginning of this video, I showed you guys the moss kitten that I made, and I got another request for a really, really fun one. This is the inspiration. So a little sombrero wearing mustachioed kitty. This is the loaf cat. I obviously have not put the mustache on, and the sombrero is not finished yet, but this is the colors that I went with. I feel like I got pretty close. This is what I'm working on. I've got to get his mustache put on, and then I'm actually going to go ahead and send pictures of this guy to the customer to make sure she's good with the cat and find out if she wants the sombrero stitched to his head or if she just wants it as a separate piece. So that is what I'm going to be working on. I'll pop up a picture of it finished because by the time this video goes up, it will be done. But I am going to finish the video here. I would also like to say thank you so much for sticking around this long. I know my videos have been a little bit sporadic recently. It's been a little bit of a tough time. So I do appreciate each and every one of you for sticking by me while I'm a little bit chaotic. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it was, again, a little bit different this time, but since I don't have very many markets and I'm getting prepped for my really big markets in the fall, I wanted to kind of switch it up a little bit. Again, if you would like to try a Betckey iLabel printer or order shipping, like you could just order labels from them. They offer like I showed on their website, they have all of the compatible labels under each label. So even if you already have a thermal printer, you can get your labels directly from them, and the prices are great. You can also use that discount code on shipping supplies as well, the labels for your own thermal printer, but obviously their thermal printer is fantastic as well, and the price is competitive compared to other thermal printers that are out there as well. So that said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what you were working on while you were watching this video if you made it this far, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.